powerful training call, which is going to be mainly centered on what actually transpired during the biggest event in network marketing in this year. That is the GoPro 2021. So if you are on the call and you can hear me, please type where you are, your name, where you are, and where you're connecting from, so that we know those that are here with us this evening. So I am Frimpong, currently connecting from Sunyani, the Sun City. So let me know where you are. We have Osubontin from Techiman, Gbariel from Tema. We have Della from Ashalibuche. We have Abdul from Springtex. Wow, awesome. It's amazing. We have so many leaders on the call. We have awesome personalities that are here this evening to share amazing and wonderful information with us, especially for those that missed the GoPro event. Honestly, this year's edition was spectacular. And if you're not fortunate to be there to witness it yourself, I will advise that as you're about to begin this training call, please get a jotter or get a book and a pen and be ready to write things down, because what you're going to get is a combination of all the knowledge that was acquired for 3 good days, all in 1 hour or all in 60 minutes. And so if you are here, please pay rapt attention to what you're going to hear this evening and be ready to learn. So I think we have our speakers or our leaders here on the call. So if you can still hear me loud and clear, please type a Y in the comment section. Let me know you can still hear me loud and clear so that I can introduce our first speaker to start the training with us. I think we don't have much time. It's already 8:09, and I think we can start now. So the GoPro event was a 3-day event, and it encompassed trainings on all aspects of your Max business. But then leaders sat down, we were able to come out with some topics that are going to help your business as at now. And in 2022, that is the new year that we're about to enter into. And so we have one amazing leader who is going to take us through the first part of this training. And I believe if you're able to pay attention to this particular speaker, there is so much that you can learn from him, because he has learned very well and helped other people in their business, and was fortunate enough and was able to be at this year's GoPro event. And so without wasting much time, please help me welcome Boss Gbariel Afwakwa, who will start today's session for us. So Boss Gbariel, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know that you can hear me.
Boss Frimpong, please, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So, yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay.
So Boss, over to you.
All right. First of all, I salute you, Boss Frimpong. You have been a phenomenal leader to me, and I really appreciate it. Max morning to all the courageous leaders on this call, connecting from other regions. Until I tell you what I'm about to tell you now, I didn't respect my life as a whole, and I also didn't respect my business as a whole. This is what I was doing before I got to know what I'm about to tell you now. I was not preparing my days ahead. And anything that comes in my way, I just jump into it. Anything that someone tells me, I just jump into it. And that eventually made my life in a mess. You know, when I say it made my life in a mess, I'm saying that because after I realized what I had to do perfect, I realized I was not planning my day well. So I'll be talking about duplication. But I'll be talking about one main centered topic, which is environment. And I'm going to round it up to define the topic that I'm going to talk about, which is duplication. If you can kindly hear me loud and clear, I'll be very glad you type in the comment section, GoPro. If you can hear me loud and clear, kindly type in the comment section, GoPro. Kindly type in the comment section, GoPro, so I know you can hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So this is what I started to do. I started to think on paper. I'm talking about duplication. So, but I'm going to talk about environment and what I started doing. Yes, I started thinking on paper. But before I continue with, I started thinking on paper. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before I started, before I start, or before I continue with, I started thinking on paper. First of all, what is duplication? What comes into your mind when you hear the word duplication? Me personally, what comes into my mind when I hear duplication is carbon copy, or equivalent to. So the main question is that what are you going to do to yourself to equivalent yourself to the person that you are looking to? Maybe your mentor as a silver associate, you want to carbon copy what he's doing. Now, what are we all talking about? The carbon copy, the equivalent thing that you have to do. We are all talking about results. You and I know we are in the business of yes making decisions. We get paid if you make other people make yes making decisions. So the results we are all talking about here is to allow people to understand what we are doing, give them the education of what we are doing. We make them understand, we love them, we believe in them, and we also trust them based on their results. So we are in a yes making decision. So that is the duplication that we have to do, because our silvers, our bronzes, our diamonds, they are making people to make the yes making decision. So if you personally, you want to duplicate what they are doing, what do you have to do? That is the definition of the duplication that I'm going to talk about. So that is a broad, a little bit explanation about the duplication. Now, I started thinking on paper. Normally, people call it day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities. That's what people used to call it, day-to-day activities. You know, earlier on, I was not planning my day very well. I'm still talking about duplication. I'm talking about environment to explain the duplication. And I'm talking about your day-to-day activities or you thinking on paper. My day was not complete. You know, they normally say happiness is free, but it's not, it's false. No, happiness is a choice. If there is an examination ahead of you and you don't learn and you fail, you become sad, right? But if you learn and you pass, you become happy. That makes happiness not free. Happiness is a choice. So if you want to make your day productive, if you want to make your day productive, if you want to make your day productive, you have to plan your day. You have to plan your day. You have to think on paper. So it's going to be a little bit practical. So God, tomorrow is 25th December, which is a Christmas day. So this is what I would entreat everyone to do. Now, you take a paper and a pen, you write the activities that you'll be doing. I'm talking about duplication. I'm talking about results. I'm talking about environment. I'm talking about thinking on paper. You take a paper, you take a paper and a pen, you write the activities that you'll be doing in the day. You write activities that you'll be doing in the day. And this is what happens when you write activities that you'll be doing in the day. It eventually comes on your fingertips. More or less, you just put it in your mind and you be like, okay, call in tomorrow, I'll be doing this. It's very different. It's a different scenario, it's a different environment when you take a paper and a pen and you write what you'll be doing the next following day. It's a total environment. It's a total environment. You get a paper and a pen, you write what you'll be doing for the next day. And this is what happens. This is the amazing thing that happens when you take a diary and a paper or a personal diary that you'll be writing your day-to-day activities inside. This is what happens. You get more ideas. And when you get more ideas, don't shut them down. No, write them down, put it there, stamp it there. But don't compile the activities. Don't compile the activities. You know, the activities that you believe you can do in a particular day, just put it there. At least complete 80% of it. That is going to make you productive. That is going to make you feel, you are happy with what you are doing. Because if you are in a particular business and you're not happy with what you are doing, you will die. You are dead, but you are yet to be buried. You are dead, but you are yet to be buried. But if you are happy and you know what you are doing, you are doing the activities, you are doing the activities, and definitely the result is going to come. That makes you happy. They say one thing that makes people happy is having time for themselves. You getting a pen and paper, writing your day-to-day activities is the best time that you can have for yourself. It's the best ever time you can have for yourself, because when you do that, the activities comes on your fingertips. It becomes so easy for you to accomplish them than someone who is just thinking that God, and tomorrow I'll be doing this. You realize that you finish your task and you'll be amazed. You do it simple and you'll be amazed. So when the ideas come, for instance, God, and tomorrow is 25th, you are done with your ideas, or you have kept, or you have stamped the ideas on the paper that this is what I'll be doing tomorrow. When ideas come, don't tell yourself you have to finish these ideas before you write the another activities. Write it down. If it is possible, just write 26th December, write the activities down. If you think on the 26th December, you can at least complete at least 80% of the activities and the ideas are still coming, my brother, go to 27th December. So you realize in a particular minute or in a particular day, you have been able to bring 2 days to now. And this makes you a productive person. Think on paper. Think on paper. Even if you can think on paper 5 days ahead, it's very best. It's good. So you have to think on paper. And that is the environment I'm talking about. We are talking about duplication. The duplication that we are talking about is results. Our leaders, our good leaders on top, they are making other people make the yes decision. What do? They create an environment for themselves to do their activities. Duplication, environment, think on paper. Let me start from the beginning. Think on paper, take the action, you duplicate it. The duplication is the result. So what do you have to do to get a result? You have to set yourself up for a very good environment. And if you want to stop drinking beer, you and I know you have to stop going to the bar. If you want to stop sniffing weed, you and I know you have to stop going to where you get some. So if you think where you are, it's not a conducive place for you to do these activities or make the call, you know where, or you know the best place for you to get to have a good time for yourself, a good environment for yourself to make the positive calls that you have to make. And this is what I'm talking about concerning duplication. Duplication is just you making people make yes decisions, because we are in a yes making decisions business. And you have to understand that the company pays us based on our yes making decisions by people. Yeah, so that is the duplication that I'm talking about. You have to also set new rules for yourself. You have to set new rules for yourself. If you can hear me loud and clear, can you type in the comment section, new rules, new rules? Can you type in the comment section, new rules, new rules? If you want to have a good environment, you have to set new rules for yourself. And these are some of the rules that you have to set for yourself. I'm not going to play with people who have low energy. Thank you very much. I don't have to play with people who have low energy. No, you have, this is what happened last 2 days. I didn't do my day-to-day activities and my day was messed. This is what I did. This is what I did. I called my upline. I told him, upline, today my day is mess. Today my day is mess. And he asked me why. I told him, I think it's because I didn't do my day-to-day activities. That is it. No, that is the environment that I'm talking about. Because if I'm able to do my day-to-day activities, I'm placing I'm placing myself in an environment that I can take action. It's always better you be in a place that you can take action. Don't be like just a robber in the sea, which is just going anywhere. Be in the boat. Be in a boat and be in the sea so that you can control yourself. And how can you be in a boat and be on the sea or an ocean or be in a ship so that you can be able to control yourself? You have to set your day-to-day activities. Set yourself in a particular environment which is going to allow you to take action. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about duplication. Duplication is you doing things which will make you get the result. That is the duplication that we are talking about. carbon copy of what our phenomenal leaders are doing. They are making people make yes decisions. Now you want to be like them. You want to be like them. I want to be like them. So what do we have to do? We have to set ourselves in an environment that we can take action. Now, how do we take action? Think on paper. Take a pen, take a paper, think on paper. Think on paper. When you think on paper, it makes your day productive, and that is going to make you love what you are doing. That is going to make you love what you are doing. So I'm kind of rounding up. Think on paper, set your day-to-day activities. That is going to make you have a better day. You know, I'm not telling you to take what I'm not trying to tell you to take what I'm saying to you, but I want to let you know that I understand the odds. I understand the odds of what I'm saying. People go to the surgeon to have operations, but they know they have some chances of losing their lives. But why do they go to the surgeon? They go to the surgeon because they believe the surgeon understands the work that he's doing. I've practiced it, I've learned it, I was taught, and it is working. So I understand the odds that I'm saying. If you are able to practice it, it's going to help you. And as I earlier on said, if I'm able to teach one person today, and the person is able to teach 5 people, I've been able to teach 6 people. So don't keep this to yourself. The people that you have in your team, try to educate them about it. Let them think on paper, and you're going to have the duplication that they need. Thank you very much. Boss Frimpong, I'm done.
Wow. This is so amazing. Thank you very much, Boss Gbariel, for that powerful presentation and giving us tidbits on how we can actually take action and duplicate in our business as well. I believe most of us have actually learned so much from your presentation. I've actually learned to think on paper and to create a productive environment for yourself by setting your day-to-day activities and all that. So thank you very much, Boss Gbariel, for that powerful presentation, and we really salute you. So our next presenter, our next speaker is my boss, a bronze associate of Max International, who has built his business across the country, and currently he's a bronze associate, and is going to take us through the 90-day run, as it was well digested during the GoPro event. And that is one big event or one big activity that is going to take place, God willing, next year. But he's going to give us an overview about it and how we can also set our own 90-day run for ourselves. So, Boss Rashid, if you can hear me.
Please, if you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section.
All right.
All right, so an overview of the 90-day game plan. Actually, the 90-day game plan just simply refers to 3 months of complete commitment and submission to your business. Kindly align the word complete. Complete. I'm sure you have your diaries and your journals. You are noting all the things I'm saying. So now, what are some of the reasons people do 90-day game plans? For us in the network marketing field, there are several reasons why people engage in the 90-day game plan. One of the reasons to achieve new from the current company and you're not satisfied is you can decide you do a 90-day game plan. Or another reason could be that you want to maintain a boss limit. The 90 days is as the fourth phase, and the post days are the final phase. So these are the various activities in the 90 days. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you very much, Boss Rashid, for that wonderful presentation, although the network didn't really help us. All right, so thank you very much, Boss Gbariel and Boss Rashid, for that wonderful presentations, for those wonderful presentations actually. And so I believe all of us have actually made resolutions for the coming year. And one way or the other, we've planned on how 2022 is going to be. But then, what is the action plan for the next year? What is the action plan for 2022? What have you decided to do next year? And that is what I'll be talking about in this few minutes. That is the action plan for 2022. I want you to put in the comment section, if you can still hear me, put a Y in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know that my sound is okay. Please put a Y in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear so that I can proceed. All right, so I think we have some people on the call that can hear us. Okay, all right, thank you very much. So as I was saying, what have you decided for the next year? Are you still going to just like, I don't know, is next year going to happen to you like an accident as this year did? Or you are going to take charge of this coming year and make the most out of it? Because most often than not, people just wait for things to happen to them, but you don't happen to things. And that is what makes our business or even our life the way we are seeing it now. If you are on this call, you are still waiting for things to happen to you, then I'm telling you, things like life is going to be as you don't expect it. So right now, you have to make a decision for next year. What have you decided? I know you've made plans. You've planned a lot of things that you want to do next year, but planning only prepares you to land. But then if you decide to do something, you actually make calculated steps to get that particular thing done. So until you decide to make the next year the best year of your life, trust me, next year is going to be the same as 2021, as you have witnessed right now. Until you decide, you need to make a conscious decision that the following year is going to be one of the best years of your life. And if you want it to be the best year of your life, that means that you must be willing and ready to get into the work. Are we together? You must be willing to get into the work to do the activities that is going to give you that success that you want to achieve the following year. So you need to first of all decide what you want to achieve in 2022. What are your goals? What are your expectations? What do you want to do? What are your income goals, your recruitment goals? You need to make all those things available. You need to write them down. Don't just think, don't just plan in your head, but write them down. Think on paper, as the first speaker said. Because whenever you put things on paper, you know, there's a saying that the faintest pen or the faintest ink is more powerful than the sharpest memory. No matter how sharp you think the memory is, you can keep things in your mind. A time will come, you eventually forget what you are trying to do or what you're actually working on. You eventually forget about it. But even the faintest pen will give you a clue of what you wanted to do, or it will give you a clue of what you have to do. And that is why it's always important that you think on paper. You write whatever that you have decided to do on paper. That is the first decision. The first action you must take for 2022. Write everything that you have intended to do down and look at them and envision it into your spirit and know that you're going to achieve them. So the first thing is your decision you have to make. Is it a core rank that you want to achieve, which is bronze? Is it that you want to rank advanced, or you want to make new recruitments, or you want to expand your customer list? You have to write all of them down and make sure that you have actually written them down clearly and comprehensively. Are you together? And the next thing is the environment that you are. There is no way you can achieve something great if you are living with people that are always thinking small. Are you together? There's no way you can achieve something great if you're always surrounding yourself with people that are always thinking small. They will see your big thoughts as I don't know. They will describe it in a way that you will even lose interest for thinking that way. You even hate yourself for thinking that way. That is how powerful negativity can do or can be. And so the environment that you surround yourself with is very important. It's the most important thing that you actually need to start working on for the new year that you want to enter. Because if the people that you are surrounding yourself with, your friends, are not people that will push you to do what you have decided to do, then trust me, no matter the decision you make, no matter the plans you make in your mind, you will always give excuses, or you will even not touch, or you even not start doing any of them. Because the kind of advice, the kind of energy that you're going to receive will not give you the emotion, or will not give you the mind to do what you have to do in a day or even in the coming year. And so the environment you surround yourself with is very important. Immerse yourself into positivity, positive associations, positive communications, positive community. Are you together? It's very, very key in you achieving a very good or a successful year in the coming year. Now, the next thing is that you have to now be conscious about the skills that you have right now. Most of us are, when you talk about skills, you're always thinking of retailing skills, communication skills, prospecting skills, following up and all that. But there is one skill that most of us have actually lost, or most of us don't have. And that is the most important skill that you all need to try your best to acquire this new year. That is the skill to focus. The skill that will give you the skill to be able to stay consistent. It's very, very important in the new year that you want to enter into the action plan. Now you need to work on yourself to the extent that you'll be able to stay focused on what you're going to decide on for the coming year. Are you together? The skill to stay focused. If you are able to have that skill to stay focused, then you can now have the skill to be able to prospect very well, because you'll be able to be focusing on the prospecting. You have the skill to be able to retail very well. You have the skill to be able to follow up very well. But if you lack focus, if you lack the skill to focus on what you are doing, trust me, there is no way you can actually achieve what you have planned to achieve for the new year. Are we together? Now, the next thing is you have to seek for mentors and people that are also thinking just like you. Sometimes you feel that this business is not something that can actually reward you. And at a point, you even lose interest in the activities. You lose interest in almost everything around you. And that is when the mentor comes in, someone that has been where you are before. So our leaders mostly tell us that whenever you feel like giving up, whenever you feel like things are not going your way, always having negative energy, always having negative results, that is the time you must pick up your phone and call up your mentor and tell him or her what's going on. Let him or her let you understand what the phase of your business that you are in, because business is in phases. Are you together? And it's at that phase that you feel things are not going well. That is when you actually have to get deep into the activities to be able to come out of that phase. Because if you stay there, you're going to drown. That is how this business is. At your worst, that is why you must give your best. Are you together? So you have to get yourself mentors and masterminds, accountability partners, people that will push you, will ask you to do what you have to do. And as you are beginning the 90-day run, 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 said something that you shouldn't just be alone. Although you are doing it independently, but you shouldn't be alone, because at a point you feel like giving up. You feel like throwing the towel because you are doing it almost every day, but you are still getting the same results. So if you are doing it alone, trust me, there will be a time that you will eventually be frustrated and you will give up. You even forget you are doing anything like 90-day run. Are you together? So get people, mentors that will mentor you, will be with you every step of the way, and will teach you the things that you have to do in order for you to be able to get what you want for the new year. And also you must understand that success loves speed. Success loves speed. Last week, Saturday, there was a training that was going on at the Tamale office. And I learned something, that a network marketing company hired one of the experts in this industry because their business was going down. There was nothing going on in their business. The associates, there was no rank. People were just there. Nothing was happening in the company. Like Max International, maybe inviting 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 to come and assess how associates are doing their business because things are not going well. And this guy came in and he told them that there's nothing wrong with the compensation plan or the product or something. The only problem is that your people are not talking to as many people as they should, or they are not doing the activity. That was the only thing that is wrong. And you told them, the people were angry. They were like, we are always doing the course, we're always doing the activities, always having trainings and all that. How do you tell us that we are not doing activities? What shows that we are not doing it? Because we are always doing what we have to do to achieve the results, but it's not coming. And so he told them that they should give them only 10 associates, only 10 business associates of that company, and he's going to turn everything around. Now he told them that they should go out. And as they're going out, they should make sure that they speak to 100 people that particular day, in a day. And what they shouldn't even say anything about their business. They should just tell them the worst thing about network marketing. Like, they should share the worst thing about network marketing, that they should just ask them, you wouldn't do network marketing, would you? Just that question. They should ask 100 people that particular question. And the result that came afterwards was that after every 100 persons that they speak to, they're able to get at least 2 people that will be interested in network marketing, even upon hearing the worst about network marketing. Now imagine if you are doing it right, if you are actually doing the activities right. The only difference is that you're not talking to as many people as you should. You are talking to the same people that you meet every day. And that is why you are still getting the same results. You have to go out, don't greet anyone. And he told them, don't greet them. When you meet the person, don't greet the person. Don't even try to smile. Don't try to act nice to the person. Just tell them the worst about network marketing. And the results came out was that for every 100 person that they talk to, at least they're able to get 2 people to sign up to their business. Because they didn't just go with the aim of trying to get someone on board, just to open their mouth and talk to people, to open their mouth. The problem is most of us are not talking, well, we are not opening our mouth wide enough. Are we together? We are not opening our mouth wide enough. We are talking to the same people, the same friends, the same relatives, the same enemies, and we are expecting different results. It will not happen. So now, if people talk to them, they share the worst about network marketing, and they had 2 people signing up. Now imagine you as a max associate with all the training that you received. Imagine you doing it right to a lot of people. The kind of results you're going to get. And that is the speed that success needs. If you're able to do it right and expand your network, trust me, your network will be your network. So how many people do you know at the moment? How many people do you know right now? Are we together? Now, what the last thing I'll talk about is obsession. You need to be obsessed about what you want to achieve. Don't just say it. As I said earlier, planning something is just like preparing to land. You are planning, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. You are preparing to land on something, but you are not actually doing it until you decide to do it. Let's say you want to start a baking industry. Are we together? And you are just thinking of how to get the ingredients, but you've not actually gone out to ask about the price of the ingredients. You're not actually doing anything. They are just thoughts. Are we together? So you have to be obsessed about what you want to achieve in this business and make sure that you decide for your next year. And trust me, with the right skills, with mentors and masterminds, with the speed and good environment, trust me, next year is going to be the best year of your life. And that is how I end my presentation for today. So I think our next speaker for today is one of the amazing boss ladies that I respect so much. He's someone that I met throughout the journey of this business, and she's actually the regional star for the northern region, for Tamale. It's not easy to be a regional star. So please, let's welcome our regional star, boss lady Hawa, to take us through the next session of this training. So boss lady, if you can hear me, Max morning.
Max morning, Max morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Max morning, everyone. That was a wonderful presentation. My name is Hawa, and I'm a bronze associate of Max, and I'll be taking you through branding. If you can hear me, type B for branding. Type a B for branding. I see one person, type a B for branding. Okay, so branding, when we talk about branding, what do we mean by a brand or branding? Branding is simply an image you want to create or a perception you want to create for others to identify you with. And a brand is made up of several elements, okay? It's a combination of elements that comes together to describe a unique person or a unique product or service. Okay, so you need to combine several elements in order to stand out and make your brand. Okay, and then it should be able to be described in one sentence. If they ask me, how do I see Hawa or Boss Frimpong, I should be able to describe him in one sentence. A brand is easily describable. If you ask me to describe Shatawale, he's a kubolo, rowdy, loud. Yes, he's a brand. And then when you're a brand, you are able to identify your tribe, the kind of people that will be endeared towards you, the kind of people you want to attract. Juxtapose him against someone like Oprah. Oprah is very well learned, ambitious woman, businesswoman, and she too is a brand. So branding has to do with self-awareness and authenticity. Okay, it has to do with self-awareness and authenticity. It also has to do with consistency. Shatawale has been a consistent kubolo. We all know that. Oprah is consistent. Beyonce is consistent. Kim Kardashian is consistent. Someone like Kim Kardashian, her family's brand is a well-known brand. Why? Because she has certain consistent things she puts in place. Some things simply don't go out of place. Makeup, traveling, everything is on point. So when you want to create a brand, it's all about how you want people to perceive you. There are many people using the 𝐇𝐄𝐋𝐋𝐎 brand. There are many people with that body shape. There are many people who do business. There are many people who are famous. But it's the combination of elements that she put together that has made such a very super brand, a very marvelous brand like the 𝐇𝐄𝐋𝐋𝐎 brand. So branding is very important. When you apply all the steps that the other speakers have taken you through, branding is how you emerge into the outside world. That's how you relate to other. That's what distincts you from other network marketers and even your people around you, not just network marketers, but other business people and in fact the general public. A brand distincts and differentiates you. So you should do things that are consistent, things that are intentional. Okay, and there are several parameters you can use to carve your brand. Okay, so for example, you can start with your standards. Your standards could include maybe what you will simply not take. Standards are measures that you have to live up to. For example, if Kim Kardashian should suddenly behave like a Schwarzenegger, she will lose like half of her following in a day because we see her in a certain light. We see her of a certain standard, a certain sophistication. We know how she does her things. We know how she is. We admire her for her body shape, how she speaks, how she combines her clothes, her business lifestyle, her everything, how savvy she is. If she should suddenly start behaving local and eating and talking and blasting people, like, for example, sorry to say, if Schwarzenegger and co, she will lose her following because people like her are the kinds that are also following her, in addition to the masses. So people who are equally curvy, people who are also business savvy, people who are interested in makeup, in influencing, in blogging, these kind of people are following her, well-educated people. So should someone like that follow you and you suddenly go and you veer off, you go and act differently from what they know you to be, you may lose your following. And the social media world is quite harsh when it comes to that. Why? Because this is how they identify you. This is how they know you. If you suddenly start acting opposite to that, you may lose your following because it's your consistent actions and how you portray yourself that drew the person in the first place. So you should have standards. When you want to carve your brand, you should have standards. What are the things that what are the standards? What are the things that you will not take? What are the things that you would accept? Okay. What are the things that you would simply not go against? What are the levels? To which level or to which minimum standard will you not just do something? Okay, so you should have standards. What are the consequences? Should somebody do something? Should somebody slide in your DM or your page and do something? How do you respond? Would you act kubolo or would you behave rowdy and insult the person? Your language, your tone, everything matters. You have to be intentional because that is what you're showing to the world. That's what you're showing to us all. If one of you should insult me now and I start talking anyhow, you will wonder how, because I'm perceived as what? Quiet, gentle, maybe sophisticated. Yes. So if I should suddenly go off, you would wonder why, because that is not how you know me to be. If you just oppose it against another person, you would agree. If it's an average market girl who gets insulted and she replies in a certain way, you'll be comfortable with it because you kind of expect it from her, but you will not expect that from a person with a different, set of traits. So your traits and then your branding should be very clear. It should stand out. It should be very clear. I should be able to describe you in one sentence, very clear, so that you can attract the tribe you're looking for. Also, your energy, your vibe. How do you bring yourself out to the world? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you someone who is usually boring? Some people are apathetic, others who are hyper, some are calm. Yes. So all this borders also on self-awareness. If you know that being calm does not support your business, you can't be hyper overnight, but then you can attempt to make changes. So your brand too can help you to attract people that are not your typical kind of people. For example, you're an introvert. You can attract extroverts, just that you have to carve your brand in such a way that an extrovert should look at you and be like, okay, they would want to partner with you. Okay, so you should, first of all, know yourself, know what you want to be perceived as, then take steps and changes. Try to make changes to carve that brand so that you can, manifest. Okay, you can attract your tribe. Also, your appearance. Appearance is another element when it comes to branding. Your clothing, your accessories, how you smell, how you look, attract a certain tribe. Okay, and especially to ladies. This dressing and all that, women should aspire to be like you. Okay, women are more likely to pull other women by those things: appearance, clothing, accessories. Men, not so much, but for females, it's more of dressing, clothing, makeup. Then when the person comes closer, then your mind, how you speak, how you talk, then all that will cause such a person to stay and be in your business or in your social circle. So appearance is very important in creating a brand as well. If you say you're a top-notch leader, then I see you with Charlie Watte going to a bank or something. Come on. Top-notch leaders do not enter banks with Charlie Watte, not even on a rainy day or anything. There's no excuse for appearing that way as a leader. Likewise, if your gatesman should appear that way, it's understandable. So first of all, you should have the perception, how you want to be seen, how you want them to think of you as. Even if you are a maid and you want them to see you as a CEO, put on a coat, put on nice light makeup, wear accessories. And I'll tell you something briefly. One Friday, I went to work. I wore only a watch, my handbag, and my clothes. Some of you say that it's a good dressing, but a fellow pharmacist looked at me and was like, I don't look good. I look plain. I was like, so others were there and they were like, no. But to me, I was like, okay, it looked okay, but no. She was like, that's not how I dress. And it's true, because when I step out, this is how I look, full on. Accessories, ring, and other things come together to make up my look. Okay, so they even knew that already. So she was able to say that, no, that day, I wasn't consistent with how I usually look. And that I usually look a certain way. So how come I look that plain? Yes, so your brand should be consistent. It has to be consistent and people notice. So try to stick to your brand identity. And that brings me to your social media. Social media is what you use to reach a vast number of people. And most of our business is also through social media. You can't meet 1,000 people in one day. No, but you can meet 1,000 people on social media based on your regular platforms. So that is so you go to your social media platform, look at it. Does it reflect what you want people to see you as? If you say you're a boss man, you're a boss lady, and your profile looks down, it looks calm, it looks, excuse me to say, unprofessional. There's nothing professional about it. There's nothing business-like about it. There's no business content, no entrepreneurial content, no nothing. If you carve yourself out to be a beauty brand or a beauty mogul, there's no makeup, there's no beginner's tutorial for anything, and yet you say you deal in makeup and you're an expert. People need proof of what you say you are. So on your social media platforms, try to portray what you want them to perceive you as, okay? And you don't have to be that now. Whatever you want to be, like they said, write it down, okay? I'm all for writing things down. Think on paper, okay? When you think on paper, you write down all what you want to do. Then you now see, what can I do so that I'll look like this? I'll be seen as this. This is my brand that I want to create. Okay. So if I want to be seen as a boss lady, yes, I'll create entrepreneurship content. I'll put in business content on my social media. I'll not go and put the movies I like and other petty things that are not professional there. Why? Because I want to attract a certain crowd and a certain kind and caliber of people. So your social media should reflect what you want to be perceived as, okay? So I'll simply leave you with this. When you go home, maybe some of you are not at home, but when you have time, sit down and ask yourself, come 2022, how do I want to be perceived as? A rock star in my business or just an average associate? If you want to be perceived as a rock star, what do rock stars do? How do their profiles look like? When you go to Albert's profile, Dr. Parker, how do they do their things? And just to mention a few, how does their profile look like? How do they post? Develop an above average way of doing things, okay? If these leaders post a certain way and you post a certain way, and then you can see there's a vast difference in their wording and how they do their things, and that's what you're aspiring to be like, that's how you want to also be seen. Yes, you have to borrow these elements and then use it to carve your brand. So when you sit down, write it down. What do you want to be seen as? Then when you write it down, you now juxtapose it. You sit down, okay, what can I do to appear like this? Starting from your physical environment all the way to your social media. And I'm all for your social media in particular because that's the media that you use to reach a wide range of people, okay? So to round up, again, a brand is simply an image or a perception you want others to identify you by. A brand differentiates itself from others. A brand is consistent. A brand is intentional. Whatever you do should be intentional, okay? And it should be authentic. The more it is linked to your authentic self, the better it flows and the better people can connect with you. And then the easier it becomes. It doesn't feel like you're faking it because it is consistent with you. It's consistent with yourself. Okay, so when you go back, sit down and write everything that you want to do, how you want to be perceived. Thank you very much, bosses. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you very much, Boss Lady Hawa, for that wonderful presentation on branding. And I believe we've learned so much from that. I have actually been enlightened on the need for you to be intentional about your brand. You must be intentional about your brand. You shouldn't leave your brand to like anything. You shouldn't just leave it like that. You must be intentional about what you want people to know about you. And that really, really sells a lot. So thank you very much, Boss Lady, for that wonderful presentation. And now to round everything up and to summarize all what we have actually explained or given out today is our guest speaker, our boss, our diamond associate, and our leader, boss, Wapmaster, or Williams Jim, popularly known as Wapmaster. He is going to summarize everything and give us deeper insights that maybe we have. Ours is just filled with potholes. And so he's going to give us deeper insights and give us the actual things that we need to succeed in our business come 2022. So, boss, Wap, Max morning.
All right, Max morning, guys. Thank you so much, Frimpong, Hawa, Rashid, and Gbariel. I think it was really a great time. We have some guests that are quite excited. I can see in the comment section. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Because of time, I will not be able to go too deep into what I wanted to talk about. Maybe we can schedule that for another time. So I'll talk briefly about some of the things that you should do as you are getting into 2020 and some new things that we are doing to get ready for the 90-day game plan starting on the 3rd of January through to March 2022. All right. So first of all, I want you to be grateful. All right. Before you assess your activities that you've done, before you assess your team, before you assess yourself, you need to be very grateful. Gratitude is very important. Once you are grateful, you will know that there's life, right? Once there's life, there are a lot of things that you can actually achieve when you have life. So be grateful. I know most of us, our business is not the way we wanted it to be. Our team is not growing as we want it to grow currently. Our income is not at the level that we want it to be. I can feel you. I've been where you are. I am even at a place that you might not know. I understand you. I understand you that sometimes we feel like, well, COVID-19 came, 2020, and it didn't really end well. 2021 also didn't really end well for a lot of people, but you have to be grateful that at least you are alive. Once you are alive, you have everything, and there's actually another chance for you to make another year a good year. But I can say that 2021 was a good year because I'm still here. I'm still alive because you are still on the call. You are still here. We still have access to the training. We still have the company still growing. We still have the company opening new markets. So I can say 2021 was a good year. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be grateful. Be grateful for what is happening around you. Be grateful that God has given you life. Be grateful that your family is around. Be grateful that you are able to even understand what I am talking about. The first step is gratitude. Now, the second step is do self-assessment. So assess the things that worked for you, the things that didn't work for you, the things that you learned this year, the lessons, the mistakes you made. Do that self-assessment. How many books did you read? What are the lessons you got from those books? What are the actions that you are going to take? It's not a matter of you reading books and learning from people. What I want is the lessons you got and the actions that you are going to take. So what are the things that you are going to do? What is the take-home message from 2021? Basically, that's what I'm talking about. What is the take-home message? Assess yourself. Assess. What are the did wells and the do betters? Did wells are things that you think that it's improved, you did well on. Do betters are things that I like to call them do betters, not as in mistakes or things that you didn't do well, right? So I call them do betters. It means that things that you could do better or you should do better. So what are some of the things that you need to do better? You didn't make a lot of signups. You didn't make a lot of calls. When I pick your prospect book, you have not really updated it. You didn't do training call for your team, your WhatsApp group. You didn't add new people. You didn't do training. You didn't do new associate orientation. You didn't set up your people right. You didn't pick at least 4 people that you are working with from your team. You didn't communicate well with your mentor. So those are do betters that you need to improve on. So you need to add to some of the things that you do next year to improve on that in 2022. So as I said, first, be grateful. Secondly, self-assessment. Did well. What are the things you did well? Assess all those things, write them down, and then the do betters. What are the things that you need to change? What you need to do better? If you don't do this, honestly, I can assure you that I'm not even going to be the prophet of doom, but the year will not be will not change. It's the numbers. It's just psychology. If you decide not to do anything different, it's like Sir Isaac Newton's law of motion. A body in motion will continue to be in motion till an external force acts on it. If you don't do anything different starting from January 1st, 2022, it will end December 30th, 31st December 2022, and it will look like the same thing. Your bank account will be the same, your health will be the same, your body will look like the same. You honestly, if you want to lose weight, what do? You put in action. You take a product, you work out, you watch your meal, you watch the food you eat, right? So you want to grow your income, you want to change your business, you want to have a lot of team members. You start by branding yourself better on social media, just as Hawa was saying, communicate with people, expand your list, add more people constantly, be consistent with what you're doing. And you have to be very deliberate. You don't just post anyhow. Be very conscious and deliberate about what you are doing and what you are posting. All right. So after self-assessment with did well and do better, the next one is your team assessment. Now assess your team. How many people did you start with this year? in your team, binary, and then enrollment, left and right. How many people did you start with? How many personals have you enrolled during this year? How many people are still active in the business the last 3 months, this month? How many people are currently active as of today, 24th of December? You need to do those assessments. How many people in your team are senior associates now? How many are bronze? How many are going silver? How many are quite active? How many people are even on this call? How many people are reviewing the calls that we do? How many people are taking part of the 90-day run? How many people are this? How many people are that? So you need to do that team assessment. You need to take inventory. That's what my mentor calls it. Chris Jengras, he calls it inventory. So he tells me to take inventory of my team. I have an Excel sheet. I type all those things. I extract the data from my team, the conversations I have with my people, whatever it is. I send him that analysis so that we can talk on it and then we can plan for 2022. So that is what I'm talking about here. You need to take that inventory, you need to do that team assessment. Once you do the assessment to see what didn't go well and what you should do well, that's when you'll be able to plan and say, well, starting next 1st January, I'll try and do WhatsApp training at least once a week in my WhatsApp page, or I'll try and do trainings once a week, or I'll learn how to do BOM, or I'll teach my people how to communicate. I'll teach my people how to do presentation, or I'll try and be doing videos. I'll try and post myself or post something motivational on my social media, whatever it is. If you don't put in such effort, if you don't put in such deliberate effort, your team will not know what to learn from or anything to learn from. So you need to do something that your team will be able to learn from. So those are the team assessment I want you to do. So assess your team, take inventory, did wells and do betters. All right. I hope my time is not up yet, because there's so much I want to talk about. Then the next one will be you need to set goals. All right. Let me see. That's my time. All right. So I still have some time, right? Okay. All right. So the next one is you need to set goals. Set goals. All right. They call it New Year resolution. A lot of people will do it. Many people are doing it. People will still do it. But what I think you need to do after doing all these assessments as business people, as master associates, you need to set goals. Set goals for 2022. First one can be your income goals. What is your current income? How much do you want to be earning by mid-year? How much do you want to be earning by end of year? You need to set that income goal. Sometimes, after setting the income goal, it looks ridiculous. Multiply it by 2 and then multiply that number again. It doesn't hurt to dream big. So let's say your income goal currently is 10,000 cedis. That you think maybe you are bronze now, so you think that, well, by the end of January and by the end of December 2022, you should be earning maybe 10,000 cedis in your business. That's you are playing safe. You want to be on the safer side so that it will be okay as a big dream. Now multiply that number by 2 and multiply it again. So that is what? 20,000 and 40,000. So from 10,000 cedis to 40. It has been done before. I've seen someone that was prime 1. The following year, same time, that exactly 12 months later, the guy was a diamond associate earning more than $10,000. From prime bonus level 1, what changed? That new year, he decided to put things in place. He decided to do some activities. He decided to do some things. He decided to commit more on his business. He decided to travel around. He decided to do calls. He decided to do things that will produce the income. He decided to do away with some negativity. He decided to cut ties with some people that are wasting his time. So you need to set goals. You need to set goals for all these things. What is your current income? What do you want to be making by the end of 2022, in the mid of 2022, mid-year? What do you want to be making? Set income goals. The other goals should be your habits. So what are the habits that you're going to improve on? Maybe you're a very punctual person on Zoom calls, or you've been doing WhatsApp trainings, or you've been posting on social media once a while. So those habits, what are the habits that are going to bring you money? How are you going to improve on that? So just draw a line, a table, and write habits on top, and the left side, did well and do better. So the habits that you're doing well, habits that are bringing you good health, habits that are helping you help more people, habits that are helping you change your family's life, habits that are helping you grow your business on the other side. And then do better, habits that you think waste your time, habits that take money from your bank, habits that take money from your pocket, habits that don't bring assets, habits that are liabilities, habits that waste your time, habits that waste your energy, habits that put negativity in your heart, habits that waste your time. You put it at the other side and do less of that and try to cut some of those things off. So those are some of the goals that you can set. The other thing too will be customers. What is your target for the customers? Because one of the things that we are learning at the GoPro Accelerator, this year I decided to be part of the GoPro Accelerator. It's a very big goal that I had last year, that 2022 I must be part of GoPro Accelerator. The amount is $10,000. It was not easy. I decided to commit and be part of it, so I did, and it's a big leap for me, because the kind of dreams that I'm doing, I want to be crown diamond in 2022, and I don't just want to play it safe. I don't want to play it small. I want to go in big and do it well. So I need to learn from people who are actually doing it well. I need to learn from people who are making millions every single month, and that's why I made that dream come true this year. So you can also put something on your dream board. You can also, the next thing I'm going to put on my dream board is I want to be speaking at Eric Warrior stage. I want to be speaking at virtual GoPro, physically, not by virtual. So these are ridiculous things. Here from Africa, how am I going to go? I don't even have a visa to USA. Let alone me going to Las Vegas as a speaker at GoPro. It's a big dream. I don't know when it's going to come true. It is still a dream. So you too should set some of these. It doesn't hurt to set big dreams. It doesn't hurt to dream big, too big. Nobody is going to attack you for dreaming too big. You can just put some car B. Maybe right now you don't even have a bicycle, but put some car B on your setup, print it and put it on your fridge. Everywhere you pass, the car is there. It's okay. Nobody is going to say, hey, why are you dreaming too big? Nobody's going to take money from you for dreaming too big. Dream it. And I know that once you have those dreams hunting you every day, you're going to put in activities and actions that are going to bring you that specific result that you need to get there. All right. So it's very, very important. So one of the things that I'm learning from the accelerator is that you need to have a huge customer base and a huge network of distributors. So we are building the business, right? But you need to also have a huge customer base that you can recruit from. It is very important. If you didn't take anything from this training that I'm saying, the last 15 seconds, what I have just said is what you need to remember. It is very important. It is very, very important. This was a big thing that I've learned, that most of the big people who are earning, most of the millionaires, people who became $1 million earners in 2021, that is what they have been doing, and that was the secret. So I've decided that I'm also going to do it. So that is the third goal. You need to put in that action. You need to try and do it. The other thing too is that you need to master the fundamentals. Eric Gorey taught us the 7 fundamental skills of network marketing, right? You building your list, prospecting, inviting, following up, presenting the opportunity, third-party credit, all those, and closing. So you need to master it. You need to master. It has to be on your fingertips. You need to be able to produce. You need to be able to vomit it out if you are presenting anyhow. You need to be able to produce content with it for your team. You need to be able to train people on it. You need to also master social media. How I was talking about, I've spoken about it, so I'll not talk more about that. You need to also master leadership skills. So what are some of the things that you need to learn? How you can become a leader. How you can become a good leader to be able to help yourself. And then the next one is how you can identify people and mentor them to become a leader. So those are some of the goals that you can put in your goal book, or whatever it is that you have. If it's online or laptop, whatever, or you have a book or something that you write it on, those are some of the things that I think you need to add to your goals and for 2022, and I know that 2022 is going to be an amazing year. All right, I want to talk a little about the 90-day run that is happening January 3rd. Embrace it. Do I still have 5 minutes to talk about it? I need some feedback. If I have 5 minutes, I can.
Yeah, you have
You
more
sure?
than 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the 90-day game plan, 90 days. Eric Worre talks about 90-day game plan as a time that you can actually use to invest in your business. No distractions. The time that I call it plugging in. So if you have come to my house or you have seen me working before, when I am plugged in, forget whatever you say. I'll not hear. Bombs can be throwing my backyard. I'll not hear. When I am plugged in, it means that I'm seriously engaged on my laptop. I'm doing something. I'm learning something. I'm watching something. I'm immersed in something. I'm trying to learn. So if you come and I'm GoPro accelerator, I'm watching a video. I am immersed. I'm focused. If my phone falls down and cracks, I'll not even watch it. I'll finish it before so 90 days of full concentration is what Eric Worre is talking about. And this is the time that we are using it to bring new people into our business. So regardless of your current situation, regardless of your current business situation, regardless of your income now, 2022 can be a new year, depending on how you start it. So beginning of 3rd January to the end of March, we are going to embark on a 90-day run with Eric Worre. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be amazing. We are going to have laser focus to do the activities that Eric will be recommending us to do. There will be several calls. We are going to do assignments. So you need to be plugged in. You need to be plugged in. If you don't, we will leave you behind. Honestly, this is not a joke. This is the time to bring in the new people. Enough of the complaints, enough of the issues, enough of your team has done this. Oh, our team, the things are slow. Enough of Max International should do this and that and that. Do what you can do with what you have, where you are, so that when problems get fixed, because right now, if there's issues that you have with the company right now, what if they decide to fix those issues right now? Will you hit bronze? Will you hit gold? Will you hit diamond? Will you hit crown diamond? No. If they fix the issues, you need to work. You need to put in some work to get the job done. So why don't you do those things? Why don't you do those activities? I've been complaining before. I've sat down and I realized that no, it takes a lot of energy to be complaining that you're not getting signups, or your team members are leaving, or this is happening, or this money is small. We've complained to the company is going to do their part, and we, the associate, we have to also do our part. So 90 days of immersion, 90 days of seriousness, 90 days of locking yourself in a room. So the first point is that you need to commit. Be committed. Be committed to the activity we are going to do. Be committed to the information that is going to be shared. Don't just say, I'll try and do the 90 days. Don't just say, I will see what I can do. Say, I am going to be part of the 90 days. I'm going to run. I'm going to do the activity. I'm going to dedicate at least 2 to 16 hours every single day. I'm not going to be engaged in income depleting activities. I'm going to be engaged in income increasing activities, things that are going to bring me money. The other thing too, you need to schedule time. Put on a schedule. You need to find out how many days in a week. So 90 days, we are going to run 6 days and then rest 1 day. So that 1 day can be Sunday for you, can be Monday for you, can be Saturday for you, depending on what you do. If you are full-time, I recommend that you do more than 10 to 16 hours of this plan every day. What are you going to do? Eric will be showing us what to do, the activities that will be done and everything. So it's good that you are part of us. I know that you have plugged in and then you will not miss it. If there are some old recordings that you have to watch, please get those recordings and watch them as soon as possible. Because once we start running on January 3rd, we will leave you behind. So watch the recordings, watch the things that you have made so that you'll be with us. We hold you by the hand and be doing the activities. The 90-day game plan is not the time that you start selecting 4 books to be reading a month. I know some of you read 1 book a week. This is not the time for that. You need to schedule time to be doing activities. Lock yourself in a room, be connecting with new people, thousands of people, be sending some messages, be trying to do 3-way calls, send video calls with prospects. Those are the things that we are going to do. The other thing too, you need to sacrifice some things. Sacrifice some things that you do in your house. Let's say once a week you watch movie, or every day you watch movie in the evening. Or let's say you like doing laundry every day. You wash clothes, or you send whatever you do. Or you like cooking every single day. you need to sacrifice some of these things, right? I also had that problem. I used to spend my Saturdays, I used to spend like 4 hours washing my clothes, and after that I'll be very tired, exhausted, and then I'll sleep, and the whole day will just be wasted. But I realized that you can just pay people as little as $10 to be able to wash all the clothes and shoes and whatever you have. Then the sensitive ones you do with it yourself, right? So it is very important for us to be able to sacrifice some things. Maybe cuddling. The married people need to sacrifice some cuddling. Let your kids know that this time you'll not be able to be doing all the homework. You'll not be able to do all these things. You need to sacrifice. The next 90 days, daddy is going to lock himself in a room. Mommy is going to lock himself and then do the activities. I'm just going to come out, eat, fix some meals. We are not going to have time for chit-chatting. We are not going to have time to be wasting. This is the time that we are trying to do something. We are bringing in new people in our business, all right? So if you're also bronze, silver, gold, whatever it is, you need to let your parents know, your spouse know that in the next 90 days, you are going to run in your business. You're going to bring in new people in your business. So everything that you'll be doing, some people are locked up in some WhatsApp groups that are income depleting. Mute those groups and archive them. It is very important that this time you focus. Focus. The other thing you need to negotiate. Negotiate with your family, okay? Negotiate with your family. Negotiate with yourself. Sometimes you need to be your upline and your own downline. Once you're doing something and you think that it's not income bringing, just tell yourself, Charlie, this thing you're doing is not just going to waste your time. Or someone is sending you on errands that are not going to help you do anything. Things football is happening here, you go and waste 3 hours, all those things. You also need to negotiate with your family to be able to give you time, places that you think you need to be, tell them, and then promise them something. When you are done, maybe your spouse that you send her to dinner, or you send your kids on vacation, whatever it is, when you are done with this. The next thing too is eliminate distractions, TV, social media, all those things. Eliminate and cut some of these things off. If you go on social media, give yourself some timer. You are going to look for 1 or 2 reels to try and recreate, right? You're going to just find something to post. You're going to message people. Focus, because TikTok is very distracting. You might think that you're watching 1 video, 2 videos, before you realize you spend 6 hours on the app and no productivity. It is very important that you eliminate some distractions. You need resources. You need to have a full bank of videos and resources that you can reach to. When things are happening, when you are talking to prospects, someone says, I'm interested, where do you send them? What do you send them? You need to have all these things lined up in an empty WhatsApp group so that you just be sending. That is how you be very, very productive. That is how you will be very productive. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've spent so much time. There's so much to talk about, but we will end here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Frimpong, for hosting us beautifully. Thank you, Gbariel, for presenting. Thank you, Rashid, and thank you, Boss Lady Hawa. It has been an amazing evening. Thank you all, the people that came on today's call. I am very honored to be your special guest for today, Frimpong. Thank you so much, and I hope we all learn from it. In conclusion, be very deliberate, conscious, and intentional. All your activities that you're going to do in 2022, so that it will be different from this year. I love you all. Stay awesome. Stay sweet. Bye for now.
Wow. Thank you so much, Boss Wap, for that wonderful and amazing nugget that you have shared with us this evening. Please put in the comment box, WAP. Type WAP in the comment section. I think we have learned so much this evening from him. Just a few minutes that he has shared with us has been very, 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 very productive and very educative. So thank you very much, Boss Wap. And I believe that this new year that we are about to enter with the 90-day game plan that is coming up, I believe most of us here on this call are fired up already to join the 90-day game plan. But the thing is, we need to decide, as you are here on this call now, you need to decide that you are going to be part of it. Maybe you are just hearing it and it sounds so sweet in your ears that you think it's going to be very productive. But have you decided yet? If you have, you need to now start getting the diary, like even a fresh diary for that. Get a fresh diary, set up a special place that you'll be using for your calls, for your activities. Like, make a conscious effort, be intentional about it. As was Wap said. That will show that yes, you have actually decided to take your business to the next level. That conscious effort extract what belongs to us from the universe, because it wants you to prove yourself what particular success or that particular gift that it has for you. So thank you all so much for being on this call today. And I'm so grateful to have our boss, Wapmaster, on the call. I'm so grateful to all our speakers, Boss Gbariel, Boss Rashid, and Boss Lady Hawa, for agreeing to be on this call this evening and for sharing powerful nuggets with each and every one of us. I'm also grateful for all those that are able to join from wherever you are. It's a pleasure having you here this evening, and I believe that we have learned so much today, and we are going to practice it in our business to get the most out of this training. So thank you all very much, and may God bless our house. I don't know if you have any question that you want to ask. If you can have some 5 minutes or 2 minutes for questions, then afterwards you end the call. If you have no question, please type your why in the comment section. If you have a question, you can type it in the comment section and we will read it out and help you answer it. But if you have no question, kindly let me see a why in the comment section, then the training call, you can end today's session. All right, so thank you all very much once again for your time, and may God bless us all and have a wonderful night. Thank you and bye-bye.